pledge allegiance.
Well, let us all give us a chance to rise.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll let the record reflect that Councilman Abdullah and I are here. The meeting was originally scheduled for today. There were a series of emails and text messages sent out, and who was going to be available, who was not available. But the procedure is under the charter, as I read it, and as other people have read it, is the chair should be here and the city clerk, and call the meeting to order and then adjourn the meeting because a quorum is not available. And it's not possible for that to happen tonight.
Acting Chair, I just want to say that it's unfortunate that the City Council majority has chosen not to meet at the regularly scheduled council meeting tonight. This has never happened before in my tenure as a mayor nor as a council member. I even remember holding a city council meeting in the hallway when all the lights and the electricity was out due to a storm. I strongly believe this is not coincidental that 4 members could not be here tonight. This is most definitely tied to the mayoral veto and lacks of the votes to override it. And I just would, if I could have the courtesy of asking the city corporation council as to, I believe my veto has been upheld because they haven't voted tonight.
Well, that would be my opinion as well. It's supposed to take place at the next regular meeting. This is the next regular meeting. There is not a provision, if I may, to say that you can cancel a meeting prospectively. Section 6.4 of the city charter states, Section 6.4, regular meetings of the council. The council shall meet not less than twice each month in the council chambers at times and dates to be determined by the council at the first meeting thereof after the regular city election in April, which we haven't been doing in that way, but regardless, it's set at the beginning of the year. It has been set, and the only way that one could change that schedule would be an act of light dignity, namely a motion would have to have been passed to end up changing the schedule of a regularly scheduled meeting. And as far as I know, that has not taken place, and that would have required something taking place at a regular meeting. And then Section 6.8 specifically addresses quorum, and it states a majority of the council-elect shall constitute a quorum for transaction of business, but in the absence of a quorum, 2 or less members may adjourn any regular or special meeting to a later date. So this situation is provided for in the charter, and because it's expressly provided for, the mention of what is to be done if there is a lack of quorum is what we need to end up doing. In other words, one might say, gee, we can't have a meeting for whatever the reason might be. But because the charter expressly addresses what is supposed to be done if there is a lack of quorum, that is the procedure that is supposed to be followed. In other words, right now, the meeting is called to order, but the body cannot transact business other than a motion to adjourn, although comments can end up being made at this meeting. So in my opinion, the idea of canceling a meeting prospectively, as has been done here, is inconsistent with the requirements of the charter, specifically Section 6.4 of the charter and Section 6.8 of the charter.
Gary, thank you. And yeah, I mean, it's not any one person or any certain council members, city council. It's everybody's. The council acts as a whole. They're going to vote. They have to vote, and the charter requires us to meet second and fourth Tuesday of the month, and it's second and fourth Tuesday.
Well, in your motion that was adopted at the beginning of the year set the schedule. I mean, if it had ended up changing something differently or said it was going to be on a Wednesday as opposed to a Tuesday because of an election or so forth, that could have also have ended up being done. But the point is that this body, the city council, is the only body that has the authority to change that schedule. Otherwise, everyone shows up. If there's a lack of quorum, then at that point, there can end up being an adjournment. But it doesn't change the fact that this is still the next regularly scheduled meeting, and it still doesn't change the fact that it was not handled the way it was supposed to be handled.
Remember when we had that communication training when Deputy Lazar was here, and you know, they said it's important that the city act as one body. You know, don't have different people sending out different messages, and you know, that's true. That's the way government's supposed to function.
So what would be their next step?
Well, at this time, their next step, per the charter, the only business they can transact is to move to adjourn. So a motion by one, second by the other, and then they would have a vote to adjourn. They could entertain further comments if they wish to, but they could not end up taking any business because there is not a quorum for business that exists.
Are you talking about comments from the residents, or what do you mean by comments?
You could take comments, make comments yourself, or take comments from the residents if you wanted to. But again, you could not actually transact business at this meeting other than a motion to adjourn.
Let's, you know that it's about 12 after 8. The city clerk isn't here, the council chair, the deputy chair, no one is here.
All the department heads and the mayor's here, so.
On the council.
Yeah.
I move to adjourn.
Second.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.